I really learned that the power of one person answering the call of God, you don't know what's going to happen.
Hi, I'm Claire Dewar Roberts. I was raised in Saskatchewan on a farm. All my life I lived there, went to school at Hoosier, Saskatchewan. My dad and mom were quite poor, but we didn't know we were poor until I got to high school. Horses were our main thrust because my sister and I could always have fun on horseback. And it was then that my brother came home from the States and we were jumping off and on them and having fun. And he said, the girls in the States are getting paid for doing that. So a light bulb went on in our head and we got a picture of a trick riding saddle, took it to Raleigh and McCormick and had them build us each a saddle, and we hit the rodeo trail. So for about, I would say 8 or 9 years, we were rodeo in the summertime, and I'd go to Bible school in the winter, but nobody in Bible school wanted to hear about it because I was probably sinning. So I graduated from Bible school all ready to go to the mission field. So I applied to the West Indies Mission. I'm not a snow person, so I like warm weather. And they turned me down. And I thought, for Pete's sake, I've done all of this for 3 years of studying, and now you're turning me down? But I got married instead. So it was when my youngest son was still in school that we sponsored a young boy from Haiti through Compassion. And I always thought I might get to meet him. And then in '91, I was talking to my friend in BC, and she was going down the next year, so I jumped at the chance. We were living in Salmon Arm at the time, drove out to BC and met Ruby and another gal. Within 2 hours, we were at the airport and on the plane to Haiti. And I met the young boy that we'd been sponsoring, and it was a real thrill to meet him. His name is France, and we've kept in touch ever since. And that's when I met Pastor Luke, and we went out to his place for about 3 days. And as I was leaving, he said, we have 3 children in our home and we have nothing to feed them. I don't have any money. Do you think you can help me? And God tapped me on the shoulder and said, you can do that. So I said, sure I can. I didn't know where I was going to get any money, but I thought, yeah, I can do that. I can. So I went home and conned my relatives and friends into helping send money down there.
I don't remember her going down there, but I really remember her when she came back. And when she said she conned her friends and family, yeah, that's what she did. She came back with a load of pictures and said, here, you need to sponsor this one, you need to sponsor this one, you need to sponsor this one. And she really didn't ask.
We had already at least 12 kids or 14 kids in the home. So we did. We made a board and we called it Heart to Heart Children's Home in Haiti. I went down every year for 25 years.
So that's how it all started, and I guess that's how you need to start things, because if you ask, people will always come up with an excuse, right? And interestingly enough, Michelle and I got Mark.
Luke's brother Mark was 5 years old. He was given away by his parents to somebody that said they would put him in schooling, and they didn't. They made him a slave child. So Mark was a slave child for 7 years, from age 5 to 12 years old. And at this time, Luke got saved one day in the middle of the street. He got saved. And he went and brought Mark out of the children and brought him down to the children's home. So Mark started school at 12 years old in grade 1. And he went 12 years and graduated from school.
Knowing Mom the way I do, there's always something going on. She always has something up her sleeve.
My son was in charge of the Bible school in Calgary. Eastside City Church had a Bible school. And so I wrote and said, see if they would take Mark. And it took us a whole year to bring Mark to Canada.
Mark was different right from the get-go. Anybody who starts school at 12 and is diligent and graduates first in their class when they're 24, there's something to them. For a Haitian to get out of Haiti and want to go back is unheard of. It's very rare. And so you knew that he was either crazy or it was God, one of the two. It would be 48 years ago that Mom and Dad said, yeah, okay, we'll sponsor this one kid for about $10 a month. So who would know that in 48 years, $10 a month would equate to 2 schools with 1,000 children being educated every day, hundreds of people being fed every day, hundreds of people having medical care every week, babies being rescued. But more importantly, how many people have gotten saved through this whole endeavor? You know, Mom and we all in this circle, we think this is fantastic, you know, the power of one. But how many times has that been multiplied throughout history where one person, and then it just grows like a flower bed, and it just blooms and blooms and blooms. And the Bible talks about you don't despise small beginnings. Here's a railway man and his wife in a town in Saskatchewan that has under 100 people. You know, look on the surface, you think, who are they? What can they do? You know, they're run-of-the-mill people that, you know, they're just like everybody else is. But when you answer the call of God, when you say, here I am, Lord, use me, that's when the special happens. Because now you look at all this years later. And that's really the power of one who answers the call of God. You just don't know.
People say, well, how did you do this? Look what you've done. And I said, you know, I didn't do it. I maybe have helped somebody to do it, but I really didn't do it. God did it all. I just was the person that said yes. And I've often wondered, how many other people did Luke say, can you help me, before I came along? You never know about these things because it just kind of happens. But I'm very proud of them and the things that they've done. And it's an honor to be part of what's going on in Haiti today. My heart's still down there. I love Haiti.